So last year, I organized my Ashcraft Carnival Season 1, which was a great success, where I displayed all my old crafts that I made as a gift or I used to do in my free time. Basically, to summarize, it was a nostalgic fun event and I had put lots of games. So last month, when I had my NSEMs and something came in my mind, it was time for Ashcraft Carnival Season 2. Yeah, exactly. I was so excited for this. So I was waiting for my exams to get over. It was 23rd March where I had my last exam, psychology. And while coming back, I started planning the theme. This year, I wanted something special, not just something simple. So I scrolled a lot in my phone and I thought, wait, we can make a new theme, the Enchanted Realm, a theme which is very magical and mystical. So I thought the Enchanted Realm should have four themes: the Fairy Realm, the Crystal Cave, the Forest Kingdom, and the Water Kingdom. So I started working with the Fairy Realm, but I just thought about working with it because I decided this when I was in the train, and so I was like, okay, I'll go start working it from the next day. And guess what? I didn't start it the next day, neither the next day. I forgot about the craft carnival. It was days and I did everything. I was enjoying my vacations a lot. I was playing games, I was drawing, I was watching anime, all sorts of things. Then one day I opened my notes app and the whole planning of the craft carnival which I wrote that day. And I was like, wait, I shall do this. I can't just stop and later when my college reopens I will regret it. So I was like, no, now I will not let my guard down. I'll work on this. So I started with it. So I started with the fairy realm. The fairy realm, for that I decided to make a fairy house and flowers and lots of things. So first I made the fairy house, which was pretty easy. I used the cardboard and it was done like in 2 to 3 days. Then I started working with the water kingdom, the castle. The inspiration I got for the castle is the Disney castle. I never wanted to make a regular castle. I wanted to make it like very aquatic. So like when you see the castle, it looks like very like it's under the water or not just like a simple castle. So I made like the rectangle as the main structure of the castle. I made lots of cylinders as the pillars of the castles, the cones as the head of the castles, the flags, everything I made. I also made sievages on the walls, drew it, and I like attached those green dotted structures so that it looks very realistic. After I was done, I started with the flowers. Honestly, the flowers was the most horrible job. Like I swear, it took like so much time. And the fact is that I made flowers using tissue. Since this enchanted rim was like had a lot of expenditure, so I decided that I'll use tissues because it's like cheaper options. So first of all, it's very time consuming. The flowers, I had to soak those tissues in colored waters, let it dry under the sun, and then take it out, and then I had to make the flowers. It was a very big job. For like I wanted to make a different kind of flower, and it took me like 18 minutes just to make one flower. So I made something like four flowers, and I started procrastinating. I scrolled reels for like 2 hours, and oh my gosh, I feel so bad that day. It was 2 a.m. and I realized I did only four flowers. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna stop. Then I started making lots of flowers and I recorded myself from that day. That earlier I never recorded because I didn't felt like I should record this, but yeah, I recorded these things because I thought maybe it's kind of motivating for me. And then I made 17 flowers, and since it the whole thing the enchanted realm was a secret, I had to hide all these things, and hiding was a very big challenging problem for me because even though I have a lot of storage, every storage space is full. I had to clear all the storage stuff before I have go to bed, and so those big boxes I had to like stuff it inside and to ensure the boxes don't get damaged. 3 to 4 days I managed to make like 17 flowers. And one day My parents like went outside for like half an hour, and I got the opportunity. I went to the dining table. So like my plan was the fairy realm would be on the dining table, the forest realm would be in this cozy corner, the water kingdom would be here where I'm sitting right now, and the crystal cave would be on the shoe rack. So I wanted that the flowers would be completely filling the dining table. So when my parents left, I brought all my flowers and I placed it in there on the table. And then I realized that I need more of these flowers. And that time I got so stressed. I'm like, bruh, these 70 flowers took me like 3 days just so I was like, okay, fine. I took those flowers back and started to make some different kind of flowers. And I decided instead of covering the whole dining table, anyways, I have the fairy house plus the flowers, I can make paths, small paths like where roads, now I won't make straight roads like this, but I decided to make like these small circular road like structures which would be very cute. And I also, since it was a fairy realm like city kind of place, so I decided to make those direction boards. So one was for the water kingdom, one was for the forest realm, and other was the crystal cave. And I also made an enchanted tree. So yeah, it was very difficult. Next, the water kingdom. I made the castle, but I had so many things to make. I started to make this whale, half whale clay structure. It was kind of difficult for me, and yeah, I did it by molding the clay and let it dry. I painted it and pasted it on the cardboard surface, and then I painted it just like as if the whale has made a dive and it was like going down and the tail is being exposed to the air. I made other aquatic elements like marine animals like starfish, then seashells, and jellyfishes. Just like the whole, it feels like a water kingdom. It gives like aesthetics of water kingdom. Then I made the crystal cave. For crystal cave, I had a lot of issues. Initially, I was thinking throughout the time that I was in such a verge of situation that I had to cancel the crystal cave because I couldn't understand how to proceed with the crystal cave until I realized I have one broken glass jar which my mom gave me, and I was like, wait, I can use this as a crystal cave where I can like stick all those crystals. But the point was how to make crystals. So I searched on YouTube a lot. I got lots of videos, but the issue was those crystals takes like 14 to 15 days to make at home. Like it's very easy, you can even get products as well in your home as well, but I only had 10 days, so I was like, I don't have much time. So I decided I'll use hot glue. I mean, by cutting it in the pieces of crystals and then sticking it on the inside of the jar. I couldn't cut it by normal cutter, so I went into the kitchen and hit the blade of the cutter, and I was cutting the hot glue sticks in the form of crystals. It was kind of easy, but I managed to cut my finger a little bit, but it's fine, I guess. After I was done shaping all the crystals in different shapes and sizes, I went to my room and then I started to stick it inside the crystal cave in a designing order so that it looks very clean and beautiful. After I was done sticking it, I painted it in different angles. I used the light colors so that it would be more reflecting and it would look more like good. So in that jar, the lower base got broken. I decided to make it as a pond. So I painted the broken part as blue, and I added hot glue inside it and painted that as well blue to symbolize it as water flowing out of the cave. Inside the I painted the base as well the blue in color so that it looks the water is flowing and it's going into the pond. So that was the crystal cave. I mean, honestly, I have planned, but this one was kind of like unique for me. I liked it. Then the final was the forest realm. I planned a lot about the forest realm, but due to lack of time plus my procrastination effect, I didn't had much time to do that. So I made this hornbill using clay, and genuinely I say I have never done any clay molding work. Like I don't even know if I'm bad or good at this. So I was like, I'm gonna make hornbill for this forest realm. So I didn't get any tutorial. I just opened this 360-degree view of hornbill, and I was like looking at the hornbill's image, and I was trying to make it. So when I was very scared, but when I saw like the output, I was very glad. I mean, it's not that good, but it's genuinely good. I liked it a lot. And since I didn't get much time for the forest realm, I decided to make this mushroom garden using the tissue mold, and it was good. It was very fun. I loved the process. I used tissue mold and glue, and I like the way we mold our rice flour and everything to make a dough. It was just like that, and shaping it into the mushroom shape was very cool. And then I made this one more a miniature forest inside a glass bottle. So inside there was one mountain where there were stairs stacked up to down, and there were like greeneries inside it. So it is very easy, but it got hard for me because I couldn't find my forceps at all, and it was so difficult. I was searching for my forceps, and at the end I had to do it without the forceps. So the question is, how did I fit my fingers inside the bottle? I used paintbrush, the other end of the paintbrush, to fit it. And yeah, the 2 minute job turned into like 15 to 30 minutes of job, but still it was successful. Good thing. And then for the forest realm, I made at the last, like on the 18th April, I made this wall hanging tree, which was genuinely so good. And I forgot to you keep it there in the craft carnival. I mean, okay, so like on 19th April, I was really excited for the day, like really. And so the last day, I decided I'll make stickers relevant to the themes. I made 666 stickers for like all the things, and I also like printed fairies for the fairy realms, and I was really excited. And even for the carnival, I decided to make two recipes. What was one Japanese dish and anime dish called potato mochi, Demon Slayer Zenitsu, and other was the Oreo cookie. So I was like, okay, so according to my plan, I knew that the fairy realm would take a lot of time to like decorate it around the dining table. So I decided that I'll start putting all the stuffs at 5 o'clock, so that when my dad will come at 8:30 from office, and then we can completely start the event at 9:30. Everything's good. But the thing is, I didn't start at 5, I started at 6, and I couldn't. And then I went out for the printout because I forgot about the printout. I went at the printout at 6 o'clock, and then I came home at 6:30, and then I realized the whole my drawing room is complete mess. The room, which is usually clean, was so dirty that I had to clean it. And then it took me like 15 to 20 minutes, and I started decorating the for the carnival at like 7 o'clock. And the fairy realm was like, obviously I knew that it would take like something 45 or 50 minutes, but it took me like 1 hour 30 minutes. Like, oh my god. And in between, like, I was done with the fairy realm at like 9:30 or something. Bro, I have like three more realms, and I'm like, bro, when I'm gonna complete that? So I was like, I'm gonna start with the water kingdom. Now, if like fairy realm was the one thing which will take a lot of setup, because I decided to stick those flowers with the help of double-sided tape on the cardboard sheet, because the stem of the flowers were made up of straws, and on the base of the straw I stick double sided tape, and which was stuck on the cardboard paper. So it was like it would take a lot of time, plus there are lots of elements. I made lamps, I made roads, I made those directions, so it was a big job. So and when I was done, I was like, okay, one major stress was gone. Then I made castle. I had the castle already, but I needed to put up this setup of the castle. I put the setup of the castle. I kept my whale on the stool. I kept my starfish. I kept my seashells on the sofa, and then I kept my jellyfish. But the thing is, the wiggles of the jellyfish I didn't add it because it had this curly effect. And I wanted to keep it for the last day, so I did it for the last day. Plus, I did for the mushrooms. I kept the hornbill and kept the bottle as well. But I forgot about the wall hanging. The reason is because Whenever I used to hide my things, I used to write do not open so that my parents don't open it. I mean, they don't open it, but just a warning. And for me, it was also like a reminder that, yeah, I hid my things here. So the thing is, this wall hanging I kept in a somewhere else place where I didn't mention do not open. So, like, after I was completely done with the decoration of, I ensured that every single thing, and I was like, yeah, everything is cleared, like every do not open wala space is cleared. And then when I was completely done with the event, I was like, oh wait, what, I forgot about this. And when this was so cool, I will show you the picture. This is a picture. Yeah, and I regret it a lot. So never mind. After I was done, I made the recipe, the potato mochi and the Oreo cookie. That were mainly for the games, and I also had my money which I used for my arts craft carnival season 1. I used it this the same one in this season as well. So decorating was a lot major thing. Introducing you all to the new video of Enchanted Realm Arts Craft Carnival season 2. Let's go.
Down in the glen where the wildflowers grow, there's a little one dancing that nobody knows. She's got magic in her pocket and stars in her hair, and she's humming old songs to the wind in the air. The rabbits come running when she calls their names. The butterflies follow her wherever she plays. But don't let her size fool you, she's older than time, with wisdom and wonder that reason can't rhyme. Oh, the fairy song is calling through the mist and morning dew. If you listen very closely, she might cast a spell on you. With a laugh that sounds like silver bells and eyes like summer skies, the fairy song is calling where the ancient magic lies.